So I'm gonna record this because we're gonna celebrate a little bit. And the good news is we you got a deal, right?
We
We got
hope.
we got one under contract. So this is a happy day.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the deal. Like what are we this deal, where's it located?
So it's located in Bastrop, Texas, about 35 miles east of Austin.
Okay. So and this is a deal that normally we couldn't do, right? If you did a cash offer, it wouldn't have worked.
Wouldn't work. Doesn't pan out that way. The only way to do it
Okay.
is to get creative with it.
Okay, so we got creative and we made an offer, gave them terms of proposal for a full price, which is we're giving them exactly what they asked for, right? Or did we
That's
give them more?
even a little bit above,
We
and it's
gave
still
them
pretty.
more than they wanted. I
Yep.
love it.
Yep.
Great. So you're happy, your seller's happy, and you got a deal under contract. So we're good to go, right? Now
Yep.
buckle up and off we go, right?
We got to make sure all the numbers work out and pan out, and get it to the finish line for sure. Yep.
I love it. I love it. So if we're going to now that we got your first deal, I mean, tell me a little bit about what you've been doing before. Like this took what, a couple weeks that we've been.
Yeah, it's probably less than. I gotta go back. I'm not good at dates anymore. I'm old age, but yeah, it's probably been a couple of weeks.
A
Yep.
couple weeks, yeah, somewhere in there,
Yep.
week and a half, couple weeks, and you got your first
Yep.
deal. Before this, how were you doing with like you were taking your own leads, cash offers? What were you running up against? What was stopping you?
Um, knowing what I knew of how to run numbers on a deal always seemed to check out not being a deal, and I didn't know how to make it a deal.
Great. So now you have a team of people that help you run those numbers and verify everything, keep you safe to make sure we don't lose money and get a bad deal, right?
Yeah. And
All
there's
right.
more than just calling it a creative deal. There's multiple creative options to make it a creative deal, and I haven't understood all of that until
And
recently.
do you feel like you're getting there now? Do you feel like we're
I, I'm getting there. It took a couple of times to hear how it all works, right? And as with anything, whether it's learning to walk when we were kids and toddlers, and learning to ride a bike, or whatever it is, it just takes practice. You got to do it over and over, and you got to face that fear and knock it down, and just get on the phone and talk with a little bit of swagger, and
yeah.
that helps the confidence come out when you're talking to them.
I mean, what better way to do it than to learn by doing a deal, right?
Yeah.
So let's walk through this a little bit. Paul is gonna let's pull up on the screen. I kind of want to walk through how we got the deal under contract. Um, Tell me a little bit about how you proceeded and started discussing and conversing with the seller. Like, how
Yeah.
did
So
this come
okay.
about?
Yeah, so it came in. They knocked on our door, if you will, and kind of told us a little bit of the situation, and they had enlisted and weren't getting what they were looking for, and the bottom line, it needed to be uh, they needed X amount of cash to close on the new deal, the new build that they're doing, which is middle of December is the completion. So you could hear the stress level and the anxiety and the motivation in the wife. And they've never heard of it. They've never heard of creative uh, options in finance of how we could help them out. And even again, as we noted already, pay a little bit more than what they were asking, but it had to be on our terms. So, there was some back and forth. She had a ton of questions. We a ton of objections. We were able to knock that down. Probably didn't do it as well as the first time that I spoke with them. You clear some things up for me to understand and educate me a little bit more. And then the second time I had a phone conversation with them, I answered all their questions, and I even answered questions they didn't have to ask because I explained it well enough for them to understand it. And here we are a day later with a text of, we'll sign it.
Wow, that's great.
And again,
And this morning was
there's still some things we have to figure out, Jay, right?
oh,
You
of
know,
course.
to really get it to the finish line, but it makes you feel good that we were able to solve a problem that probably not a lot of investors would have been able to figure out.
There you go. Okay, so how much did they want? What were they asking for the property?
What they were asking for the property, they were looking for 480 to take away 85 to 95 or 85 to $90,000 cash to close on the next deal.
Awesome.
And
Okay, so
that took some digging to understand what that amount was being used for. Understanding that it was capital gains. Well, I didn't know. That was the one thing I didn't understand. Well, the way this deal is being structured, that's not going to be a hit for them, right? So
that's
the numbers
correct.
gone down a little bit more. And so it's looking like 80, and we might be able to do that and solve that problem for them and give them some comfort. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're able to solve the problem because we listened to them, right? We heard their story, and then when we discussed it a little bit, we understood better what it is they really need, and then we were able to put together an offer that made sense for them, right? So they wanted 480, and you're giving them 500,000, which is very generous of you. Good job. Okay. Now, at this time, it shows that the estimated encumbrances, which means basically their mortgage, right? They have 390,000 that still owes on a loan.
That's right.
Now we're going to go through here, and at the bottom of this contract, you'll see that there are several things that Paula and her team are going to go through and collect for you. Okay, so this is great where you've done a great job here, and now you've got a great team in your corner that's going to come in and they're going to get to work for you. So a copy of the deed of the mortgage, copy of the first page of all insurances, copy of mortgage loan documents. See, this is just like processing a loan for an underwriter at a bank. Okay, we're going to collect all this information because now all of this information becomes your responsibility. So you're going to want to make sure that this team of experts collects all this information, and then we can assess it, analyze it, and underwrite it to make sure that you're not going to get hurt in any way. We got to protect you, right?
That's right.
Okay, so let's scroll back up to the top there. And I just wanted to show you that because that is that now your team's going to go to work for you, and that's the good part.
And that's what's awesome about all this, because I wouldn't have known still what to gather, right? And make sure that I understood every piece of it and that's what's important to me, is to make sure that I eliminate as much risk on my end as much as possible.
There you go. So this is moving along just like it should. And so you give them 580. They still owe 390. Refundable equity at termination, there's $110,000 according to this. Now, obviously, we have to get the actual numbers to know exactly how much equity is there, and they're going to be taking out. How much equity are they trying to get? 40.
They want 80.
And okay, so and that's great. We're going to kind of let them do whatever they need to do there, and we're going to direct them to a mortgage person, right? That's somebody an expert there that can pre-qualify them and tell them, here's how much we can get you for a mortgage or a home equity line, which is great. They're usually low rates, low payments, and that's important to us because we're taking over the payments. They get the money out of the equity of the home right now, and we're going to take over the payments. So, I'm not going to say it's free money, but it's money that they would have got 3 years from now, but they get it now. Yeah. So another creative way that we came up to help the seller and give them what they wanted and what they need. 3 years here, tax payments are 2,100. 2,110 is paid to the mortgage, taxes and insurance. HOA for the term of 3 years. Great. So that's the contract that, or this is a proposal of terms. This is not the actual contract yet. But they have agreed to this, and they are, we're going to get to work on this today. So what does this look like? Paula, can you show us kind of what this looks like with our deal analyzers, or what? I want to see what Chris is going to make on this deal, right? Because this is a projected 3-year deal, and we're going to start out by, you want to kind of maybe explain what you understand of our exit strategy? What are we going to do with this property? Are you going to wholesale it? Or are you going to keep this one for yourself?
I think we're gonna keep it. You know,
Great.
there's obviously a contribution to the trust there of 31,000 right at the front end of it. Collect $400 a month cash flow for 3 years, which ends up being a pretty good little number. Then on the back end, at the end of 3 years, sell it for roughly 521 and make another profit there for a total of close to $60,000.
There you go. So your total profit over 3 years is 60,000. That's like 20,000 a year, right?
Yeah,
not bad. And you're not coming in with any money.
try it.
You don't have to do any repairs on the house.
It's
You don't have to.
it's a phenomenal looking house.
It's in great shape, huh?
Yeah, it's a beautiful house.
It looks great. So there's our thing. $60,000.
And a lot of the upgrades have just been recently done in less than the last 6 months by them.
So and see, this was their home, right? So this is their
That's right.
baby. They took good care of this house.
Yep.
And so this is going to be a good home for somebody that we're going to now take and put a resident in here. Remember, this is here's the important thing for us, right? For you as the investor. You don't want to put a tenant in here because this is a beautiful home. That tenant's going to go in there and destroy your home. They don't care about it, and they're not going to pay you, and all the nightmares that go on with being a landlord. We're not going to do any of that, right? You're going to put a resident in here, and they're going to buy in with that 31,000, and that's going to give them. They're going to be a beneficiary. So now they become an owner of that property, and they're going to have they've got skin in the game now. That $31,000 is they're going to get that back at the end of that 3-year term, unless they destroy your property, unless they do something to hurt that property or devalue it or stop paying, right? So this resident is going to have every motivation and incentive to continue to pay and keep that value up. In fact, it's in their best interest to increase the value of this home. Because if they do that, there's more money for them at the end of this, right? So, so tell me what you think about this. I mean, this is your first deal. How's it feeling so far?
I've had a smile on my face most of the morning, and I know I'm not at the finish line yet. So I don't want to, as they say, don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but in a weird way, it's given me so much more confidence now talking to future off-market sellers that what I didn't think I could achieve a month ago is more realistic, and I could handle 2 of these deals a month.
You can handle 2 of these a month.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and that's the goal, right? So let's see here. I want to get you in the right spot here. Okay. Let me turn. There you go. So is there something that you could, do you have a recommendation for somebody that's just getting started? Is there something you could tell them that you would like them to, keep in mind as you do this? Because these are different ways of doing deals. Takes a little getting used to, right? What's your recommendation to a new investor?
Yeah, I'm a pretty simple person, and it really just gets down to um, taking action. And I mean, it's really as simple as that. Just take action. You're going to fail. Learn from your failures. Again, it's just like when you ride a bike or you started walking, you fell, right? But what happened? You got right back up. And with getting back up and taking action, your confidence will just keep building and building. And then second, always go into it with the mindset of how can I help this person? And
Nice.
that has allowed me to feel more at ease and not feel as so much angst and anxiety when I'm talking to them. So if you can go in with that approach of this is somebody I can possibly help, and you come across on the phone like that or in person like that, they're going to want to work with you and trust you more.
Wow, I like that. Well, great. Is there anything, can you give us a little testimonial or tell us, tell something nice about the people you've worked with so far and the processes, the systems you've learned? Something you can say nice about us and
Sure.
how this is going so far?
Yeah, the response time is awesome because if there are people who are like me that have questions just about every single second, especially if you don't know it, for you guys to take the time to answer them, to be patient. They all have a lot of patience with me, and y'all are just genuine, honest, upfront people, and you're not only can I feel it from you guys that y'all are there to make sure you're helping them, but you're taking that same approach and holding my hand and walking me through step by step so that I can be successful. So I appreciate that.
Well, thank you very much. And we're excited for your first deal. This is great. So now we just got to get you
keep doing more and more.
Yeah. Now we just got to get you several more, right?
That's right. Yep.
Okay. So congratulations. I can't say enough about how excited we are, and we got the whole team over here buzzing and they're ready to go. They love it when there's a new one that we can start getting in and doing what we're good at. So
well, let's get it to the finish line.
There we go. All right. Yep. Well, thanks for your time. We'll if there's I think we'll be talking later, right? Because there's going to be a lot of stuff that Paula and her team are going to be collecting for you, and they'll keep you updated with the statuses as things progress. So
yeah, as far as your proposal, please let me know as soon as it's signed. I don't want to harass her until you have that. And I say harass, but get in touch with her and let her know those things that we need to get everything in place for her. And I'll copy you on the email just so you can see everything going on, and she knows that we're in communication, that we actually do work together. And then we'll get that done. I do have the deal you submitted. I'm working with my team on getting that one done. I'll try and get back to you before the scheduled time that you did on the calendar, but just so you know, we have that. It's in the works.
I got to call. I told him I had to call him today and give him some sort of an update. So
okay, great. Well, we'll get that rolling as fast as I can.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I think that's it from my end.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate your time and congratulations. I mean,
super exciting.
That's right. We need to have like a bell or a big gong or something. Like when you get one of these, we got to celebrate, right?
That's right.
Well, I want the invite to your place there in Brazil. I'm coming over.
Okay.
Okay. There you go.
We'll have drinks and celebrate in person.
Well, nice little drinks with umbrellas and
That's right.
slice on it or something. And
yeah.
Okay.
That's the real way to do it.
There you go. I
Well-
love it.
In the meantime, well, Paula actually has one with a drink just like that. We were on the beach and
Yeah.
it had little pineapple and orange slices and stuff like that on it. We'll send that over to you so you can see
That's,
You know,
that's my,
Your-
that's my
you're
kind of vibe.
what you can
Yeah.
expect to be here for. That's
Awesome.
right.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Have a
we'll talk
good
to you all
day.
soon. All right.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.